If you're an ordinary person, like me and others, you've probably already bought from this company.
Shein has been on a worldwide tour. The online clothing retailer has been launching pop-up stores.
It's easy to see the allure of fast fashion, affordable, trendy clothes that land in stores as soon as the style is in vogue.
And invited a group of influencers from the video sharing app TikTok on a paid trip to its so-called innovation factory in Guangzhou, China.
The fast fashion retailer that had revenues of over $32.5 billion in 2023 has been the target of serious accusations, such as forced labor,
found in violation of countless labor laws,
and inhuman condition for workers, plagiarism of designs by emerging creatives, the sale of Nazi symbols, and the production of garments containing an unsafe level of toxic chemicals. Not to mention the messages asking for help that have recently been found on the labels of their clothes, supposedly left by workers in their factories. Shein has since called this note's confusion, but has yet to address the allegations that it exploits its workers. And it all started with this man. If you search online, there is not much information about this man. The only information that appears is that Chris Xu was born and raised in China. Before venturing into fashion, he had a background in technology and e-commerce, which laid the foundation for his future endeavors. Early in his career, Xu worked in technology and e-commerce sectors, which equipped him with the skills needed for digital business and online marketing. In 2008, tired of working for others, he finally decided to create his own company, which he later called Shein Site, in Nanjing, China. The company initially focused on selling wedding dresses through an online platform. Xu's vision was to create a fashion brand that offered stylish clothing at affordable prices, leveraging the emerging online shopping trend in China. Xu saw that his plan was working, so he decided to take a bigger step. By 2015, recognizing the potential to broaden the brand's appeal, Xu rebranded Shein Site to Shein. The new name better reflected the company's expanded product range, which now included casual wear, accessories, and more. Shein began targeting international markets, using aggressive digital marketing strategies, and taking advantage of social networks to build a global presence. To do this, they have enlisted the support of celebrities and Generation Z influencers, with TikTok being their main means of communication.
basics all from Shein, and I'm so excited to show you what I got. These black boots are simply amazing.
They use data analytics to identify trends quickly and adapt its designs accordingly. By analyzing customer behavior and preferences, they can produce styles that are more likely to sell, allowing for a fast turnaround from design to production. This means new styles can be released in a matter of weeks, keeping the inventory fresh and appealing to trend-conscious consumers. From that point, Shein started to get recognition worldwide and became the main fast fashion brand, leaving behind brands such as Zara and H&M. Everything was going well until something unexpected happened. As attractive as Shein's business model might seem, it comes at a high cost to the environment. Major environmental issues associated with fast fashion brands like Shein. I'm talking about water pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, exposure to toxic chemicals.
This is a dangerous piece of clothing.
Excessive textile waste and production of tons of carbon dioxide every year are only a few consequences of Shein's unsustainable practices. The fast fashion model encourages overconsumption, leading consumers to buy more than they need. In fact, studies indicate that the average consumer buys 60% more clothing than a decade ago, but keeps each item for half as long. Once discarded, these clothes often end up in landfills. According to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, an estimated 92 million tons of textile waste is produced globally each year, with much of it coming from fast fashion retailers like Shein. Given that synthetic fibers, commonly used in Shein's garments, can take hundreds of years to decompose.
The rest of these clothes, which have been transported halfway around the world, end up in places like this, the leftovers of consumerism running out of control.
Water is another critical concern in Shein's manufacturing process. The textile industry is notoriously water intensive, and the production of synthetic fabrics often involves the release of harmful chemicals into water sources. In countries where Shein sources its products, this can lead to severe water pollution, impacting local communities and ecosystems.
Today we'll look at the challenge of water pollution in Asia. What are governments doing to protect our right to clean water? Can economic growth and sustainability coexist?
Additionally, the dyeing process for garments consumes vast amounts of water and generates wastewater laden with toxic substances. Many factories lack proper waste management systems, resulting in untreated wastewater being discharged into rivers and lakes, further endangering aquatic life and the health of local population. And if you thought that was all, the worst is yet to come.
More than a dozen workers told us they labour 75 hours a week. In contravention of Chinese labour laws, most have only one day off a month.
Beneath the shiny surface of Shein's trendy, budget-friendly clothing lies a much darker reality. While millions of consumers fill their carts with the latest fashion must-haves, few are aware of the hidden human cost behind these bargain prices. As the demand for fast fashion surges, so too does the exploitation of vulnerable workers, mostly children, in factories around the world. This is the true cost of cheap fashion. Despite Shein's promises to address labor abuses, a recent report by Public Eye reveals persistent problems. Workers in Shein's supplier factories in Guangzhou are still facing 75-hour work weeks, contradicting the company's commitment to limiting hours. Workers report working 12-hour days with minimal time off, earning wages far below the living wage after overtime deductions.
I work every day from 8 in the morning to 10:30 at night and take one day off each month. I can't afford any more days off because it costs too much,
an anonymous Shein worker said. Additionally, concerns about child labor have emerged, with reports of young workers around 14 or 15 years old performing tasks in these factories. Shein denies these allegations and claims any violations would lead to immediate termination of supplier relationship. We strictly do not tolerate child labor.
We treat any violations with utmost severity,
said a Shein spokesperson on an interview with Public Eye. Shein has allegedly used a secretive algorithm to identify trending art and steal the designs from the artists.
Wrong, because how do you compare this to these? I'm telling you how. You don't. You can't compare them.
Who made them to reproduce on its fast fashion clothing. Revelation was made in a lawsuit filed by artists Krista Perry, Larissa Martinez, and Jay Barron, filed in a U.S. district court in Los Angeles. The artists allege the company violated federal laws for racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, known as RICO. It is a law that allows authorities to punish offenders engaging in criminal activities, particularly racketeering. In addition to that, Shein is being accused of replicating Nazi symbols in its pieces. After all the research, the question is, are these claims all true? Or is it all an attempt to take down fast fashion giant? Please leave your honest opinion and sign up for further controversies.